If you want to make more money from your email marketing today and start making every single email that you send more effective, then you got to try these 9 email marketing hacks. I'm going to show you some stuff that you've never seen before. There's a lot of best practices out there. They're all kind of basic. I want to show you some crazy stuff that you could try with your email marketing, stuff that you can do every single month that's going to help you make more money from every single email that you send, generate more passive income, more passive revenue, more sales, and blow up your business like crazy. These are things that I've tested out at my email marketing agency. I've tested them with my coaching students, and they just plain work. All right, hack number 1. You are going to test out an email where you send the subject line with all emojis. I'm not just talking about like 1 or 2 or 3 emojis. I mean, you want about 20 to 30 of the same emoji across the screen. Let me show you what I mean so you can see. So this email right here, I sent this email on Thanksgiving, and as you can see, the subject line is just the turkey emoji like 30 times across the screen. It's absolutely crazy. And the reason this works is because oftentimes on big holidays, on Black Friday, on big sales days, whatever it is, everyone in the inbox is saying the same exact thing, right? So if you have a subject line that looks like everybody else's subject line, your email is going to blend in. You're not going to get noticed. You're going to get lower opens, lower clicks, ultimately lower sales. When you test this out, and this is not something that you're going to use every day, but probably once a month, maybe once every 2 months, you could try this out and really shake people awake on your list and get them to start paying attention. But you were just going to pick a holiday or something where you're just going to use one emoji and you're going to do it like 30 or 40 times, so it literally spans the entire screen. Now, I've tested this out. I've tested this with my own list, and there are still people who talk about these emails years later. People on my list will reply back to me and be like, oh, there's the turkey email again, or oh, there's the Easter egg email, or oh, there's the Christmas tree email. It's so funny. It works. It's sticky. It gets people to remember you, and it gets people to pay attention to what you're sending. And once they read that email and they see that crazy subject line, they're going to start looking forward to more emails that you send in the future. So hack number 2. Now, this one is really powerful. This is from one of the writers of my agency who used to work with me, Sarah Henson, super smart marketer, super savvy. This is called a mystery offer. Now, this strategy helped one client generate an extra $5,000 a month just from this one stupid little link that they put in the bottom of their email. So I want to show you an example of this. So you see this link right here? And you see that little piece that's hyperlinked right there? What's really cool about this is that nobody knows what's on the other end of that link. It's a complete mystery. But there's a benefit statement right before that link. So someone's scrolling down, they're looking at the bottom of your email, maybe if they're even thinking about unsubscribing and leaving your list totally, but then they stop. It stops the scroll, and they see that little line, and they see the benefit about having better summer skin, and they're like, what is this all about? So it interrupts them. It's like a pattern interrupt, and they click on it. And what's crazy is the people, and they actually track this client, the people who clicked on this link spent over a 12-month period $63,000. So that breaks down to just a little bit over $5,000 a month on average. Absolutely insane. You could do this, and what they were doing is they were switching this up every single month with different text, different benefit-driven text, and a different product that they were linking up. So that's the big thing that you have to remember. Whenever you're sending emails, you're always selling an outcome. You're always selling benefits of the product. You're selling the dimensionalized benefit of the product. How does someone's life change once they use the product? So you don't always have to talk about the product, especially for these little mystery links. What you can do is you can just hyperlink text that's related to a benefit that you know that your people really want, and curiosity is going to take over. Gary Halbert, one of the most famous direct response copywriters in the world, he said that one of the most powerful forces in advertising is curiosity, and people are going to get super curious when they see these links, and they're going to click through and they're going to buy. Hack number 3. Now this one is super cool. This one actually boosts your deliverability, and it can even make you sales. So one of the emails that I have set up within my automation stack when people join my list is they get their standard welcome email that gives them their lead magnet or whatever was promised when they opt in from the squeeze page. But then usually about an hour or 2 later, I will send a second email. This is an automated email, and it's a very simple email anyone can send, and it's 1 sentence long, and all it says is, hey, first name, how did you hear about me? ? That's it. I don't write anything else. It's literally a 1 sentence email. Now, what's really cool about this strategy is that the reason why this improves your deliverability is because obviously not everyone's going to answer, but the people who do answer, they start to get into a dialogue. So not only do they feel like they know you a little bit better, and they're kind of in this conversation with you, so they feel a little bit of a stronger bond right from the get-go, but also them replying back to your email will improve your deliverability. And the best part about this is you can start to see attribution sources, right? So sometimes, you know how it is when you're building your business, you obviously want to try to get as clean attribution as possible. You want to know where your subscribers are coming from, where they first heard about you. It's not always easy to tell. Sometimes you might have a really crazy analytics system that's tracking all this stuff, but sometimes things slip through the cracks, or sometimes people don't always take a straight line to get to you. So I always like asking this question because sometimes people say, oh, I heard about you mentioned in this YouTube video. And I say, oh, what's the video? Can you send me the link? And then they'll send me the link. And I'm like, wow, this person who I never even met mentioned me in this video. Or, oh, I heard you on this podcast. Or I heard about you because I was searching this term on Google. Now that's stuff that I might have missed when I was looking at some of my analytics data. And obviously there's all anecdotal examples, but it really helps me learn a lot more about where people are coming from. Or if I have like a big spike in traffic one day, I'm like, I wonder what happened. Did I get mentioned somewhere? And someone's like, oh, someone just mentioned you on stage at this event. Cool, okay, now I know, right? It's really super helpful. It's good data for me, and it also increases my overall deliverability the more that people reply back to me. Email hack number 4. Now this one is also another question that you are going to send, one of these automations that asks a question, and I call this one the why did you buy email. So after someone buys a product, obviously, let's say it's a course or a digital product, you're going to send them, you probably have an automated email that goes out from your shopping cart that says, hey, thanks so much for buying the product. Here's the link to log in your portal, set up your portal access, yada, 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 whatever. What you could also do is send another email at the same exact time. And it's important that you send this at the same exact time. And it's going to ask one question and one question only. Why did you buy? And what you're going to do is you're going to say, could you please just click this link? It takes 10 seconds. Just write me a sentence or two about what made you pull the trigger. What got you over the line? Was it something I said? Was it something that happened in your life that made you decide that you actually wanted to do this and buy it? This is 100% anonymous. Click the link and just let me know. It'll be super helpful. Thank you. You want to send that immediately. And it's super important to send it immediately because after someone buys something, they're excited. They're going to dive right into their inbox. They're going to go looking for that portal email. So if they see the portal email with their login information and then they see that email too, they're probably going to act on it. If you send it a day later, they might forget about it. They might be off on something else. They might be busy with life, right? But if you send it at that exact moment, you're going to get a lot of response and people are going to give you great insights. I get tons of insights into this happened in my life and I finally decided it was time. Or, oh, you said something in this email 3 days ago and I just haven't stopped thinking about it ever since then. So I get a lot of good insights, a lot of good copy insights. Sometimes people actually give me lines or like pieces of voice of customer research that I couldn't have gotten anywhere else that I could use for future emails or even on sales pages and things like that. So sometimes your customers, through this automation, wind up writing some of your best copy for you. All right, email hack number 5. Now, this is one of my favorites. This is something I started doing back in 2017, and it helped me go from having a $0 a year digital product business to having a $1 million a year digital product business in a few short years, and that is daily email. I send an email every single day, and sometimes people hear this and they think I'm crazy. They think it's a lot of work. It's really not. I wake up, I pour myself some coffee, I go down to my computer, I type out my email. It takes anywhere from 10 to 20 minutes, maybe 30 or 45 minutes if it's like a really long email and I really have to think about it. But I send that email, sales start coming in, and then I am done for the rest of the day. I mean, I usually do other stuff in my business. I have some consulting students and coaching students and things like that. Maybe I'll do something like film a YouTube video or whatever. But I know I did the most important thing of the day. I paid myself first. I woke up and I made my cash register ring. And that's the super important thing. I do that every single day. And I've almost trained myself. It's like a Pavlovian response. It's like I cannot wait to get to my keyboard in the morning so I can pump out that email because I know that there's money waiting for me. And when you move to daily email, amazing things are going to start to happen. First, if you're just sending one email a week and I'm sending 7 emails a week, I'm going to make 7 times more sales than you. And that's the big thing that you have to understand. You think like, oh, no one wants to read a daily email. If your emails are good, if they make people smile, if they teach people things, if they make people laugh, if they tell good stories, if they shift people's beliefs, if they answer questions, if they have some kind of value component in them, people are going to want to read every single one. And I've had people reading my daily emails for years. I mean, Seth Godin is someone who's been writing a daily email for like 30 years now. So daily email absolutely works. The biggest and best companies all use daily email. There's a reason they do that, because every time they send an email, they make a lot of money. And if they don't send an email, they don't make a lot of money. So I know you might be a little bit nervous about that one, but just increasing the frequency is one of those things that a lot of people don't talk about. And it's the easiest way, without making any other changes, without even getting more traffic, to make more sales from your list. You can condense the sales cycle that you have with someone. You know, if it takes 5 to 12 touch points for most people to buy, that's one of those marketing stats that everyone throws around, but that happens over a 9-month period because you're only sending one email every 3 or 4 weeks or whatever it is. You can compress that into weeks, maybe even days. All right, email hack number 6. So this one is super cool. I do this all the time, not every single day, but what I usually like to do is each week I look back at my top performing emails, the ones that made the most sales, and I'll pick 1 or 2 of them, and I will resend those emails to all the people who did not open. So a lot of email softwares, like I use ConvertKit. By the way, if you're interested in ConvertKit, I have a link below if you want a free trial. They have a little button where all you gotta do is click and it says resend. You're gonna go in, you're gonna type up a brand new subject line that's different from the original subject line, and you're gonna send that out. And if you made a lot of sales in that first email, like more sales than you normally do, you're probably going to make additional sales from all the people who didn't see that email, because a good email is a good email, right? So sometimes people are busy, sometimes they're on vacation, sometimes they got caught up at work, whatever it is, they didn't see the original email, but you know that one made a lot of sales. Resend the winners to your unopened segment, people who didn't open that email, and you are going to make extra money. It's like free money. You click a button, you write a different subject line, and more money comes in. It's crazy. All right, email hack number 7. If you want to start making passive income every single day from your email list, like money that you don't have to work for, like money that just comes in while you're at the pool, while you're at the gym, while you're eating lunch, while you're out with a friend, while you're playing with your kids, even while you're sleeping, what you are going to do is you're going to look at your lead magnets and your squeeze pages. Now, what happens is after someone submits their information, they put their email address or their name in their email or whatever it is that you collect, what happens next? Oftentimes, a message will pop up or a page will pop up that says, "Thanks so much, your freebies were sent to your email." And that's it. And that is a missed opportunity, because what you have on that page is a golden opportunity for you to make a ton of money. What I did with all of my squeeze pages is if you opt into my list, as soon as that happens, you get redirected to a new page that says, "Hey, thanks so much for requesting this thing. While you're waiting for that email to show up, I want to show you something really cool. I've got this other thing called blah, 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 blah that's related to the original thing," right? So I say, "Hey, you just got this free book, and if you want to get results even faster and see some other cool stuff, I have this special offer for you. And right now on this page, you can get it for just $7 or $10 or $19 or even $1. You can even do this like with a $1 product." Now, what's really cool about this is that a certain percentage of people will take your offer. Maybe it's only like 6 out of 100 people, 6% conversion rate, which actually is pretty good. It's not bad on that page. Even if it's something like $7 and you get 100 people a day, that's $42 a day. That's coming in completely passive. So again, if all you did was make an extra $42 a day, that is an extra $15,330 a year for doing nothing, for something that you set up one time that's just going to work for you every single day. Now, here's the thing, like obviously $15,000 is nice, it's cool, it's excess profit that you have, but it's not going to make you rich. What is going to get you there is if you build a funnel around that offer. And this is what I started doing. I actually run cold traffic to these pages where I offer a free lead magnet and then have a thank you page that has that offer, and there is an order bump, and I actually use multiple upsells. So what's really cool is that $7 product purchase has the potential, if someone takes the order bump and every single upsell, to go all the way up to $470. Now, you might not believe it, but there are people out there who will buy every single thing in your upsell flow. It's not every single person who buys, obviously, right? But I have had people where they opt in for a free lead magnet, they buy the $7 offer, and they spend another $463 to take every single offer in that funnel. It's absurd when you think about it. But again, if you're offering good solutions and you have things that people actually want to buy and you offer it to them right at that point of purchase, they will buy, it'll increase their order value, and this is just all passive income, all passive revenue that just goes directly to your bottom line. It's money that you didn't have to work for. And again, you're probably getting subscribers every single day. It's not like you need to 20x the amount of subscribers you're having to make more sales. I mean, obviously you always want to be growing your list, but you could start making more money from your existing traffic that you have right now without getting any more traffic. You could start generating passive income just by having a thank you page offer on the thank you page after someone opts in for your lead magnet. All right, hack number 8. Now this one is really cool. This one also generates a ton of passive income for you. And what I realized was that I was continuously writing new emails about this product that I had already written dozens, if not hundreds of emails for in the past. So like someone joins my list in 2025 and I came out with this product in 2020. And in between the time that I came out with that product and that person joined that list, I might have written 150 emails about that product that this person who just joined today has never even seen. So here I am reinventing the wheel, rewriting these emails from scratch and trying to figure out new ways to sell this thing that I've been talking about for the last 5 years. What I realized is I have all these good emails that are just sitting in the archives of my email software. So what I started doing was I started going back and arranging all my emails by product type, whatever I was selling, and I started looking. Let's say I had 100 emails for one product. I would pick out the best 20 or 30 of those emails that were evergreen, that would work year round, and I put them into an autoresponder that would get dripped out automatically. So what's really cool is I actually took those autoresponders and I set up a trigger link in ConvertKit. So if someone clicks on the link for a product name and they land on that page, they're either going to buy or they're not going to buy. Now, if they buy, that's totally cool, awesome. They become a customer, I get money, they get a product, they get a result, awesome. But there's a large percentage of people who aren't going to buy the first time they see it. Now, obviously, I could write a new email tomorrow promoting that product, or what I could do is I could use this thing, which I call an intent sequence. It's called an intent sequence because if someone clicks on a link, that shows that they have some level of intent behind that decision, right? They're at least a little bit interested. They might have not bought because they just don't know enough about the product. Maybe they don't know about all the benefits. Maybe Maybe they don't know about all the features. They don't know what's included. They haven't heard the social proof and the testimonials yet. So that intent sequence that might be, 10 or 20 or even 30 emails, the best of the best emails that I've ever written about that product, are now going to start getting dripped out every single day to that person until they buy. Now, let's say they buy on day 14. We apply a purchase tag. They get pulled out of that sequence. They don't get any more emails. They get dropped back into our main mailing segment. And then if they click on a different product, they'll go into a different product's intent sequence so they buy that product. So it's almost like email retargeting, and it's super powerful. And I started doing this. And what's great is, like, if you have a lot of products, I have like 10 of these sequences set up. So that means I could be making sales from 10 different products on a daily basis, all automated, completely passive, just straight up passive revenue, passive profit floating right down to the bottom line. It's badass. That sounds like a lot of work, and it is a little bit of work, but what if you just got one intent sequence for your most popular product up? You looked at the best emails that you ever wrote for that product, you start arranging them in an order that makes sense. You start off with the stories and move to the features and benefits and move to some of the social proof, and then maybe you have a little bit of urgency towards the end of that sequence, and you just let those drip out every single day. So, the only person who's going to get this is someone who clicked on that link. So if someone didn't click on the link, they're never going to see this stuff. Maybe 3 months from now, they're finally interested in that topic, they click on that link, then they get their own journey through that sequence. So you're hitting people with the right offer at the right time. Now again, some of those people are going to go through and they're still not going to buy, but that's totally okay. But at least they've had 10 or 20 or 30 emails where they're educated on that product. So the next time you do mention that product in a main broadcast email, they're going to be super primed and ready to buy because they already know everything they need to know about it. All right, hack number 9. Now here's the thing. I actually have a bonus hack that I'm going to tell right after this, so make sure you stick around for that. But hack number 9 is where you are going to use a feature in ConvertKit where you are going to sync certain segments of your list as custom audiences on Facebook. Now, here's what this means. Let's say you have a segment of your list, people who haven't bought your core product, and there's 10,000 people in that segment, or 5,000 people, or whatever it is, and you're sending emails about that, and that's great, and they're reading, and they're learning, and they're getting close to purchase. What you could actually do, let's say they haven't clicked a link. A lot of people use retargeting, right? They use retargeting ads on Facebook and Instagram, those kind of things. So that means if someone lands on the page, they get pixeled, the ads start following them around their feed until they hopefully buy. That stuff's cool. You should absolutely be using retargeting. But what you could do for all those people who didn't click on that link and didn't land on that page, what you can do is you could set up a custom audience that's synced with a segment, right? So if someone fits the category on your list where they haven't purchased, you could start showing them ads for that product. So they're seeing it in the email, but they're also seeing it in their feed. So you're getting omnipresence, right? So a lot of people don't do this at all, but you could set up these retargeting ads that start moving people closer to the purchase, right? So not only, they're reading an email, they got interrupted, maybe they got a call from work that they had to take and they X out of the email and then they forget about it, right? Next time they log on to Facebook, that product can be in there because you're syncing that segment of your list as a custom audience on Facebook and choosing to show ads for that product that they haven't yet clicked on in their feed. All right, now here's number 10. This is the bonus one, the unannounced bonus. There is a super simple 92-word email that you could send to your list every single month for whatever product you sell. And this email is special because what you're going to do is you're going to send this to all the people who did not buy yet, and that is key. So you're not going to send it to customers. Let's say you wrote a few emails, you used it at a launch or something, you're wrapping up a launch, or maybe people just went through an autoresponder for a product and they didn't buy a product, and you're going to send this 92-word email to them. And I wrote this whole entire email out for you. You could literally copy and paste it into your email software, and you're going to leave the subject line exactly as I wrote it. You're going to leave 95% of the body copy the same. All you need to do is put your product in and change a few words in one sentence just so it's relevant to your product, right? But I wrote 90% of this template out for you. Copy and paste, change 1, maybe 2 lines, and you're going to choose your segment. You're going to make sure it goes to people who did not buy from you yet, and you're going to send this email, and it's going to start converting them. It's going to make them start buying. It's the most amazing thing you've ever seen. Coolest thing is this email is actually free. There's a link below my video. You can grab it, the amazing 92-word email that converts the unconverted leads on your email list. Grab it. It's 100% free. I want you to try it out. I want you to send it to your list. And then once you do that, I want you to come back here, drop me a comment, or I want you to shoot me an email and say, hey, here's how much money I made from this email. The amazing 92-word email. It's awesome. You could use it every single month. I use it all the time. I use it at the end of my autoresponder sequences. I use it right before my launch is about to close cart. I use it just for evergreen products. Once a month, I'll send this email to a different segment on my list of people who didn't buy, and it gets people buying. So click the link below, grab that now. The amazing 92-word email that converts unconverted leads.